chemicals digested. Now we will investigate her cause of death. The top cause is a brand of leukemia, which is a patent drug. Patent means it has an inventor, not a natural source. These poisons and potions are given to the patient when contracting and accepting a diagnosis given. As you can see here, I just wanted to make it clear as well that this is all abdominal problems, constipation, diarrhea, depression, anemia as well, low blood count. But again, cramps, body, all to do with the bowels, the stomach and the blood. This is all the direct effects from the drugs. As you can see, diarrhea, constipation, abdominal. I'm just pointing that out because when we go to the death certificate, you'll see. As you can see, a patent means it has an inventor. It's not a natural source. These poisons and potions are given to the patient when contracting, accepting the diagnosis given. Classification of acute myeloid leukemia. This is particularly owned from a different man or woman that's made this myeloid leukemia, because there's many types, but they all have patents. The present invention relates to rapid and reliable approaches to leukemia prognostication. In addition, in methods, the invention also provides related kits and systems. Here is the patent number for leukemia, which means it has a copyright owner, it has a creator, and no one will be allowed to sell any products to do this without the creator's permission. Here is the proof that there is a market selling leukemia. It is a product. Acute myeloid leukemia patent number. How big is the acute myeloid leukemia market? The global acute myeloid leukemia market was valued at USD 1,516.9 million in 2023 and is anticipated to reach US dollar 3,158.1 million by 2030, witnessing a CAGR of 13% during the forecast period 2023 to 2030. The influence of COVID-19 and the Russia-Ukraine war were considered whilst estimating market sizes. So letting you know the stress of all this will cause people to go to the hospital with problems. And don't worry, they're giving leukemia. They're selling leukemia for you. That's what they're saying. Here is the desired effect of accepting a contract with leukemia. The results of believing in the lie. Cause of death 1, accepting contract with leukemia. As you can see here, the first cause of death, relapse refractory, meaning she's okay for the factory. That makes me think, were they after her liver and her kidneys or organs? Because this puts factory in there. Why would they put factory in? It seems to me she was part of the organ harvesting as well, from this relapse factory, acute myeloid leukemia. Relapsed or acute myeloid leukemia means the leukemia has come back after treatment and remission. Refractory AML means the leukemia did not respond to the treatment. Complete remission has not been reached because the chemotherapy drug did not kill enough leukemia cells that they put in. They start a war in your body and then they watch it take off and explode. Now the leukemia has taken hold, and another thing they do is they break your spirit. They give my mum remission for 6 weeks. They made her believe that it had all gone. It's all gone, yes, celebrate, celebrate. Because they know your spirit is what they need to kill. Your body can heal over and over again because your cells reproduce I think it's completely every 7 years, but every 3 months they recondition new. But I think complete head to toe, 7 years, the whole recess takes place. But I'm not 100% sure, so you'll have to double check that yourself. But I know your body heals itself. It's your spirit they have to kill. So they'll give you some good news, like the remission, you've cleared it, it's all gone, well done, pat on the back, out you go, you can live again. But you need to come back in a couple of months for a check. Now on that check, they'll give you this news, that you've got a recurrent acute myeloid leukemia, means the leukemia has come back after treatment and remission, it didn't work. So that's how they start breaking your spirit, because you've just gone through all that treatment for 2 years, all those drugs, those chemo sessions, all that radio, the bone marrow, which was like, to her, she said, the bone marrow was like torture. And they were retracting the blood as they're taking your bone marrow. So they harvest your bone marrow while they're torturing you, because it's very, very painful, worse than childbirth, my mum said. And while they're giving you that torture, your adrenaline is up, and that's when they're taking your blood as a blood transfusion and giving you synthetic blood instead. So they're torturing you while the process is going on, also harvesting your bone marrow. And the drugs they give you afterwards attacks your bone marrow, which you'll see on the cancer report from the book, because I've covered a different cancer in the book as well. So yeah, that's accepting number one. We go on to number two. Cause of death number two, E. coli septicemia, from her body being so weak. Most strains of E. coli are harmless, but some strains can make you very sick and cause sepsis. Sepsis, which was often called blood poisoning, is the body's life-threatening response to infection. Like strokes or heart attacks, sepsis is a medical emergency that requires rapid diagnosis and treatment. So here they're letting you know they poisoned her blood. Because they poisoned her blood, it wasn't her own blood, it was all synthetic. She wasn't running around on real blood, she was running around on fake blood, and that was part of what killed her as well. Cause of death 3, acute abdominum. Acute abdominum refers to sudden severe abdominal pain. Many times, it's a sign of medical emergency. It requires immediate surgery. Inflammation, infections, hemorrhaging, blood flow, blockages, obstructions, and perforations can all cause acute abdominum. From all the drugs, as you can see, was constipation, diarrhea, abdominal attack, abdominal attack, abdominal attack. It worked. And on the last one, cause of death number 4, colostrum difficulty positive. As you can see at the bottom here, Clostridium difficile C. diff is a type of bacteria that can cause diarrhea. It often affects people who have been taking antibiotics. So it states it right here. All those antibiotics, the injections of the leukemia, the taking of a bone marrow, the excruciating pain, the blood theft of them filtering out her blood and putting synthetic in with the transfusions, it was all a part of the demise to kill her off, getting her treasury, get all the money out, and once they'd cleaned out her treasury, there was nothing left to take. They finished her off. The last cause of death clearly states taking antibiotics, which means anti-life. The pharmaceutical industry is the biggest killer to man. Here is my mum as a subject. This is the end result for contracting as a person, accepting to be a subject of the state. RIP to the woman and man that raised me, Patrick Harry Linehan and Linda Linehan. My dad and mum, who are both victims. In loving memory of a loving family tortured and killed by lies. Many of the people responsible sending unconscionable contracts on letter attached below. And here's many of the people responsible. Professor DJ Multif, they're probably not even their names, Mutify, Professor S.L. Therein, come on, Durtin. See the kind of names, this is what they do. That is not someone's name. Professor S.L. Durtin, Dr. A. Pagaluka, Dr. R. Ira, Dr. S. Deverex, Dr. S. Scary, Dr. R. Ireland, Professor J. Marsh, Dr. A. Majelvic, Dr. D. Rees, Dr. S. Height, Dr. M. Wagarblade, Dr. R. Patel, Dr. Victoria Potter, Dr. Donal McClorian, Dr. K. Raj. And then you've got the bone marrow transplant team, which is Dr. Sangal Atwal, Dr. Anjan Khan, Michelle Kenyon. Then you've got the BMT coordinator nurse specialist, Debbie Cave, Helen Smith, Christina Lim, Claudia Carby, Paula Akwakwi. All these are people are responsible for giving chemo, poisons and